All right, on question 12 here, you notice that my equation here is already set up like a typical trinomial. I notice I've got sine squared, sine, and then a whole number at the end. So I don't need to move anything around. I don't need to change anything. I'm just going to go ahead and try to factor this. So I go ahead and set up my parentheses for my two binomials. Okay, my leading term is 2 sine squared. So these leading terms here that I would multiply for my first part of FOIL have to be produce something that is 2 sine squared. And since 2 is prime, I only have one option. It's 2 sine of x and 1 sine of x. And obviously, I don't need to put the 1 in front of the sine of x. We just know it's there. All right, now I check my signs, and I mean signs as in my positives and negatives. Okay, I notice my last terms are going to produce a -1, so that means my signs have to be different. And it could be plus, minus, minus, plus. I'm going to go minus, plus in this scenario. And then last but not least, 1 is a prime number, so my only options for my last terms are 1 and 1. Now, I will do a quick check here. That's -1 sine of x. This is +2 sine of x. And they do produce a +1 sine of x if I were to combine those. So it factors correctly. All right, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and split this into two equations. To the left side, when does 2 times sine of x minus 1 equal 0? And on the right side, when does sine of x plus 1 equal 0? Okay, over here on the left, this is now a two-step equation. I will add 1 and divide by 2. And I get sine of x equals +1/2. This is a one-step equation. If I want to get sine by itself, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 1 from both sides. When does sine of x equal -1? Okay, get rid of that. All right, now it's over to the unit circle. Okay, sine is always the second coordinate on the unit circle, and I'm looking for every place I see a +1/2. I see one right here, okay, at this angle here, and I see one over here, okay, at this angle here. And then last but not least, I think the only place I see a -1 is down here. So my answers are going to be pi/6, 5pi/6, and 3pi/2. So I'll go ahead and list those out. Pi/6, 5pi/6, and 3pi/2. And again, these can technically be in any order, but I like to put them in proper order, as if I'm starting from 0 and going around one lap around the unit circle towards 2 pi.